the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
You guessed it. It's time for Coffee with David. It's been a while. Instead of carrying the camera around and talking about stuff, walking around the house, I'm going to sit down and do the same thing. No walking today. I'm just too tired. It has been a pretty long couple weeks. Work is a bit more than usual, and then it's really hot. The energy level is just not there. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Today is a perfect day to talk about stuff while drinking coffee, because I'm in the middle of between taking Braylee to an eye appointment, dropping her off at therapy, getting back home. We have a video call coming up in like 45 minutes, so I figured, hey, I don't have enough time to nap right now. I really don't have enough time to do a whole lot of stuff right now. So it's the perfect time to drink some coffee and talk to a camera. Coffee with David, Season 2 starts right now. Today, I'm going to talk about something we haven't yet talked about in our videos. I don't think we've really mentioned it. We did mention it to Patreon and YouTube, Facebook members. Braylee was actually sick for quite a little while. Over Stacy's birthday weekend, we started noticing Braylee getting sick. She was a little sluggish. She had a low fever. As you saw in the video, she wasn't quite her normal energetic self. And she did take a lot of time just laying around and stuff like that on that day. And then we thought it was just, quick sickness. Just started and ended that day. But boy, we were wrong. We were so wrong. Side note, I want to say, sorry if I'm a little less energetic today. Just a little tired. Anyways, it's helping. Maybe 2 days later, we started noticing that Braylee was getting sick again. And this time she started throwing up. Well, actually a lot of throwing up. More than we've probably ever seen in her entire life. There was a time where we could count the number of times she threw up with the peace sign in her life. And that was not that long ago. And now she's definitely thrown up more than a handful. She wasn't keeping anything down. She couldn't keep water down. She couldn't keep any food down. Well, she wasn't even really eating. She went through too long of a period with not being able to keep water down. So we took her to urgent care. I had to take her to urgent care, and it was during the holiday weekend. Everything's closed. Urgent care it is. First they gave her some anti-nausea medication and then some apple juice, and boy does she like apple juice now. She was able to keep the apple juice down. It seemed like she immediately started feeling better after the medication, the anti-nausea medication. So they sent us home. So we come home. Well, back up. So they also did a strep test, the rapid strep test, and then the culture, whatever that they have to send in. And they said the rapid was negative, so we ended up going home. She seemed like she was starting to feel better and everything. She seems like she's rebounding pretty quickly. So she must have just been really nauseous. And she, like, every time she drinks or eats something, you know how that goes. Who hasn't experienced something like that, right? I feel like it's just something that everybody experiences at some point in their life. She's feeling good. She's getting back to herself, right? 2 days later, we get a phone call. Hello? Oh. What they just said to me is Braylee has strep. And so we had to get her on antibiotics as soon as we could. We get her on antibiotics that day, and then she's been on antibiotics to this day. Fast forward, this is now 10 days later, 9 days later, something like that. She's thrown up again since then. She's been having meltdowns every day, almost since this sickness started. And they're aggressive meltdowns. They're really aggressive. Braylee's normal meltdowns, but intensified. And we just actually got done talking with her pediatrician, her doctor, and it's a common thing with sickness and illness, especially with kids with autism. Meltdowns increase and aggression increases and stuff like that. Yeah, it's something that we have to pay attention to. And so we're in the process of talking with her doctor and finding out what we can do for Braylee, just because she's having meltdowns every day. We just went to the eye exam today, an eye appointment today, and we had a meltdown there. We weren't able to get through the eye appointment. It's just a tough time for Braylee right now. I've been recording a lot less lately. We're all pretty tired. We're all pretty exhausted right now. The days that I have recorded, I'm not recording her when she's in her meltdown moods or bad moods and stuff like that. We show a lot of great stuff, right? We showed so much great stuff. But we do have to remember that bad days do happen. Tough times do happen. It's life. We want to be real with you. Every day is not going to be exciting. I mean, we can make it exciting. We can. But it's a battle. Because I'm exhausted. Stacy's probably exhausted. Braylee's probably exhausted too. It's okay to have bad days. The assistant at the eye appointment said everybody has bad days. So that's a little roundup of what's been going on for the last week. I did show the closet video. I showed Stacy's birthday video. I think besides that, there really hasn't been a whole lot. For me, like I'm the one that runs this channel. I'm the one that loves videotaping. It's my thing. I've literally been going to bed at 6 a.m. and waking up at 8 a.m. and finding naps throughout the days. And it's just been hard. It's been really hard to pick up the camera. It's been really hard to edit videos. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've been struggling. 100% struggling. With exhaustion. Between everything that's going on right now, there's just so much to do and not enough time to do it. That's probably like the most common thing I've ever said. I bet everybody can relate with that one. Coffee helps. Sleep helps more though. Water does help too. Why is it that it's always hot summers that this all comes up? Hot summers. Last summer wasn't even that hot. I can't even remember like a 90-degree day last summer. I think we had a couple of them. But this year it's like every single day. Things I'm noticing too, something that Stacy pointed out is while we were talking about it after the fact of the eye appointment meltdown was Braylee's not regulating herself, like she's not able to regulate herself like she normally is able to. Her self-calming tools that she has, she's not able to use them for some reason right now. So meltdowns quickly escalate and they last long. The same things that usually help with these types of situations are not helping right now. And I know that some of you will probably mention something called pandas. And yes, that's something we do worry about. We don't know if that's what it is. We've heard about it, we've read about it, we know people that's had pandas. It's stressful just to think about it. As parents, you don't want your kids to go through stuff like that. She was out of therapy for quite a while because of strep. Her routine was not the same, that is for sure. So I'm sure that it's attributed to the tough days that we have right now. Bad days are going to happen. They just might look a little different. We'll get through them. You know that COVID is headed away from us. We're planning to get back out. We have plans to get back out into communities, get back out into doing things again. We are excited, and I know Braylee is too, because she loves getting out. She loves getting out of the house and not just being here all the time. I know our house is great. Our new house is fantastic, but we still need to get out into the community. The coffee cup cooled down. Excited to get Coffee with David started again. I know it's not starting on a great note, but it's starting. Coffee with David. I miss it. I know you guys miss it. At least some of you do. Some of you are like, Coffee with David? Pfft, what's he going to ramble about this time? The whole reason I wanted to talk about this, the whole week of talking about the sickness, the tough days with the aggression and meltdowns and stuff like that, I want to talk about it for 2 reasons, maybe 3. 2 reasons. One was to say, hey, we're all about showing our lives, and that includes the good and the bad. We're going to talk about the bad, not show it. Yeah, real life stuff. 2, to show that, yes, bad days are going to happen, but tomorrow could be the best day ever. I think it's so important to stay positive. So important. 3rd reason, I want to relate to you. I know that we're not the only ones that go through these types of days, through these types of weeks, or even these types of summers. I just want to let you guys know that we are in this together. As cheesy as that sounds. Yes, all of our lives are different, but we go through similar things, right? Let's just continue doing good things, alright? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for getting through all of this talking. I miss talking to you guys. I think we need to do a live stream. We need to do some more live streams. I also need to do more than 3 episodes of Coffee with David in season 2. What do you think? Maybe I'll do 4 this time. My name's David. And this is coffee. And this is toasted marshmallow latte coffee at room temperature. By the way, I love that the bus is just right out my window.